The market cruises higher on the CPI catalyst. How high will the bulls take it? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we laid out some pretty clear parameters, and the bulls were at support, and as long as they held support, we were looking for them to take out 5220, and that would signify that they were on their way toward that 5300 area, and that's exactly what we saw as the bulls came back, tested support, and pushed higher throughout the day. Now the question is, will they hit 5300? I'll get into that in just a second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, we had 5 trades in the room yesterday, 4 winners and 1 loser for a really nice day. If you want to be part of this winning team, stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. We've been tracking our ending diagonal pattern here for a while. We were just unsure if this was going to be the top or not. And if they were unable to hold support back here, it was going to make it pretty clear that this was the top. But they did hold support. They held it again yesterday on CPI, came down, tagged the trend line, and moved higher. And now they're setting up for one more push up into the 53.37 region, all the way to as high as 44.20. Now, we did talk about 5,300 to 5,350. That price target has moved up a little bit because the futures contract roll, and we are on the futures. So they rolled 60 points last Friday. So you add 60 points to our targets, which would make it 53.60 to 54.20 as the overall topping area. So assuming they can go ahead and break this high, which I do think will be the case given that we've moved over the key resistance areas, we would look for them to push up into the actual target is in the 53.37 area for the natural topping area. I do think we could get a little bit of a blow off top here. Pushing up through that into that 5,400 area before turning over. And on the SPX, that would come in at about 5,300 to 5,350, which is our original target, because obviously the SPX is a static price, whereas futures contracts move with the roll of the contract. So if you're watching the SPX, it's going to be about 5,300 to 5,350. If you're watching the futures, we're looking at about 5,360 to 5,420 to the upside. Now, if the bears are able to hold this bounce under the high and break support, then we can start talking about the bears again. But as of right now, given that the bulls held support here, took out the resistance here, the ball is in the bulls' camp until they fumble it away or reach their destination up toward the targets we just mentioned. So if the bears can hold under this high and come back and break yesterday's low, that would be a good start. Breaking this trend line would be a good start, but really breaking the blue box is what we're looking for overall. They can break through the blue box, we should see accelerated selling to the downside to at least this area here at 50.26 on the futures, and then we'll see what happens at that area. Over on the Nasdaq, their bounce not quite as strong. They only got to the 618, but this has been the Nasdaq's MO lately. They've been a little bit lagging, and then they catch up, getting to their target when they need to. So either the Nasdaq is lagging because it's already made its top and it's going to let ES push on up. I just don't see how ES can get to its target without Nasdaq making a high, so I don't think that's the case. Or we're going to get a catch-up day from the Nasdaq to the upside where they outpace the futures on the S&P and catch up to get to their target. They also don't have as high to go as the ES does. The ES is a little more extended to the upside, whereas Nasdaq is only a slightly higher high of about 150 points. So the high here, I didn't love this high when it came in. It's a little bit low for an all-time high to stick. Generally, you want to see kind of a push up and then especially like a major all-time high, you want to see a push up and then a quick retreat and then, a little bit of separation between the last high and the final high and then a drop. So even though the Nasdaq did lag today and even though the RTY is looking really ugly and set up for a downside move, we are above support, so again, the bulls get the benefit of the doubt when we're up over support. And in that case, the bulls would be targeting the 18,855 to 18,724 area up here to complete this move up to the wave 5 top, and then we'd look for a turnover from there. Now, again, if the bears are able to hold under this last high and turn down and break yesterday's low, that's a great sign for the bears. And ultimately, they need to break the blue box. Below the blue box should give us some accelerated selling down to at least these lows down here. and then we'll see if we get a small bounce before continuing after that. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, and I want you to make sure you love it, become part of the trading team, see what we're all about, see how we trade, make sure it's for you. Before you ever spend a penny, you can cancel at any time, and you literally have nothing to lose by checking out these rooms. We also have our training material. We have our advanced Elliott Wave course that's just about complete, where we go through the complex structures in the market that aren't common, the things you don't see every day, the things that explain when the market gets really wonky and funky. And we go through each of those in depth with videos explaining to you how they work, how to measure them, how to find them, all that kind of stuff that you'd need to know, the double and triple threes, diagonals. As you can see on the screen, our members are loving it. It's helping them out greatly. But if this is a little bit too much for you or you're not familiar with Elliott Wave, we also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be very confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up, and that's because Elliott knew the news cycles didn't mean anything. Key levels are what matters, and Elliott Wave Theory allows you to find those key levels and understand what happens when they hold and understand what happens when they break. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. In this course, it is 25 videos where we go through the introduction, which is your mindset and emotion, your KISS method, why it works, all those kind of things, your chart setup and tools. Every tool that we use with Elliott Wave, how to use it and why we use it. And the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, where we go through each of the waves, how to measure them, how to understand them, what their targets are, what the key levels are, how to use the pivot, how to use corrective depth theory, all the things you want to know to make an irrational market make sense. The cool thing, guys, is both of these courses, the advanced course and the beginner's course, are included for free when you become a monthly member. So just by becoming a member, you get access to those courses. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over all of your questions, as well as a lot of details we don't cover on these videos and we don't cover in the rooms because they're easier to do on video. And I trade the SPY and the QQQ, and I swing in day trade, so there's lots of trades that go on in my room. You also get all of the training material you just saw. If you're looking at futures trading or individual stocks or income trading or advanced trading, you're going to want to check out PT's throne room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading, and then PT's income trading that's crushing the market, and his reduced risk binary method that absolutely kills it. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures those trades that's so unique, and it's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. It's a very simple concept. A lot of you guys in the comments don't understand it and think that I'm super bearish. As long as we're above support, the market is bullish. This is a bull market until it isn't. We are just in, I think, the final stages of that market, and we're watching support closely. So as long as we're above support, bull market. Break support, can get ugly quick. Over on the Nasdaq, same situation. As long as we are above support, this is a bull market treated as such. If they continue to hold this blue box, they can continue to push higher. Below this blue box, things change, and the bears can take control very quickly. That is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.